Okay, give me a minute, guys, so I can get my other cell phone set up so that I can read comments. And I have to move a couple things out of the way. Maybe just a second. I'm a little late. A couple minutes late. I just walked in the door. I'm going to sign that onto that channel. And move some of these out of the way so I've got room to sit some pores tonight. This one. Okay. Sorry I'm taking a minute, but my phone is trying to log in while I do this. And it's slow. It's been a long day. I'm just getting home. And my art room is still a mess because I'm still in the process of fixing stuff. Okay, so I'm pulling you guys down for a second until this loads because I can't read comments. Okay. Oh, good Lord. One second, guys. Okay. These phones hate me. Okay, putting you guys up. Focusing in. Okay, let's see. Hey, Spicy. Hey, Catherine. Sherry. Poor artist, Olivia Nutter. Oh, I love that name. Poor artist. That's cool. Hey, Carrie. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so first off, I'm going to do an update from the last two videos. Here is the mountain scene. It's the Northern Lights. I did go back and add a few lighter gray spots going this way to make it look like these mountains were in front of each other. I do think I made the mountains too pointy. I will work on that next time. They look too much like triangles, but I've got to clear coat that. And then Sherry's peacock, because it is already sold. There was a bug on my table. I had to shoo it off. Well, I tried to kill it, but I missed it. But this is Sherry's peacock. I still have to varnish it and clear it, but clear coat it. But I think it looks pretty decent. Okay, so on tonight's list is some repours. We did some votes on some canvases when I was varnishing. And these are the ones that did not make the cut. These are the ones that we decided to re-pour over. I have quite a few of them, actually. This one, the colors were just all too close together, so you can't really see any definition. Okay, cups. So to do a report on this, I pre-mixed some bottles. So these are my Liquitex bottles, the small ones like this. I painted over the label, and then I'm going to do a coat over top of this with chalk background paint so that I can write on them the colors. But this is the new copper, the Craft Smart multi-surface premium metallic copper. This is the Folk Art metallic gunmetal, and this is the Artist Loft aqua green. Oh, thank you. Is it Nate? I can't see the bottom of my screen. It's cracked. I think we're going to try to do funnel tonight, but I think instead of just a normal funnel, we're going to do one I haven't done in a little bit. We're going to do the hourglass. And then, but I have to reach over and dig through because I'm still going through my art room, so it's not all together, you guys. My funnels and my tape to make an hourglass. Let's see what else. We might do another lemon squeeze. I haven't done that in a little bit. Oh, I'm going to walk out of the room for 2 seconds because I got some new strainers in the mail. And we'll use one of those tonight. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be back. They must have stepped on one of my pizza frames. It's broke. Okay, guys, I'm back. Magicalness. Okay. So, this one's kind of a multi-purpose strainer. So it's got the holes in the bottom and holes in the side, and then this pattern up front. So I figured I could pour through it this way, or I could flip it this way and pour through here. Because it's weird like that. I got 2 of these on Wish, and I got 2 of them together for $1. Oh, Sherry, you missed out if you've never seen the lemon squeeze. It's awesome. So we're going to have some fun tonight, you guys. Because I have room to do 3. So we'll do the strainer, the lemon squeeze, and the hourglass. So for the hourglass, first I need to build it. I'm going to put it back inside itself. Oh, totally just broke part of my funnel. That phone's going to beep, but I hit no notifications. So it shouldn't be beeping, but it is anyway. I couldn't tell you why. I turned it off, but that's what happens. Okay. Take my hourglass, my funnels together to make my hourglass. Yes, Catherine, I need some fun too tonight. It's been a long day with the contractors. They did not do what they were supposed to do. I still can't get a hold of the homeowner, my landlord, so that she can make them correct it. Haven't been able to get a hold of her in about a week. So things are just not getting done right. I still do not have my bathroom done. Okay, one more piece of tape. kind of getting tired of having to walk across the road next door to use the neighbors, which is also owned by this same landlord, to use their bathroom and take showers there, which, I mean, technically nobody lives there, but still. Okay, so this down. We're going to put a color on the base. And I think we're going to be adventurous today. What do you think? Instead of just doing white or black, we'll put something else as a base. Let's do... Okay, what base color do you guys want me to use? Red, yellow, or blue? Catherine, I don't have any pink pre-mixed. But if you want pink, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Where's my pinks? Do you want a neon pink, Catherine, or Diva pink or cameo pink? I'm gonna break stuff in here, you guys. These are the three pinks I have. I have neon, Diva, cameo. Diva pink. Okay. I'm basically just gonna use the primary colors. Maybe. I've got gold metallic and then I've got the three that I mixed up, so I don't know, whatever we end up doing. Okay. Somehow I come in here and I get paint on me before I even start, you guys. I don't know how that's possible. Come here, Glob. Haven't even started painting. I already have paint on me. So there's not a lot of Diva pink. Maybe there's enough for a background. Let me pull this clump out though. Make sure there's no more clumps in there. Oh, there it is. Somewhere. That is a big clump. Okay, so I'm going to put some Floetrol in here to get the rest of it out. Babe, you're being awful loud. And I've got the door shut too. Okay. Hey, Joshua. I just saw you come on. Okay, guys, so I'm pretty sure Halloween night's not Thursday. I haven't checked my calendar. But regardless, I will be doing an extra live on Halloween night. For those who don't go trick-or-treating or have kids to take trick-or-treating or whatnot. Bill's having a hard time with something. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I can hear him rooms away. Breathing out very loudly. Like I said, I don't waste paint here, so we make sure we get it all. Almost. And a little bit more of this Floetrol. There's not much left in this bottle anyway. I'm still dealing with bugs. It's freaking irritating the crap out of me. Spicy, we love you. Anytime you need us, especially, you know, me, I can't really vouch for everybody else, but I know they're all there. Because they've always been there for me when I needed to talk. But anytime you need us, we're here. Okay, let me sit that there. So somehow, some of the stuff from the house has been walking off. And I'm assuming it's the contractors, but you know. Okay. Whee. And these foam brushes, well, that one's got some black in it. I was gonna say I can use these foam brushes, but guess what? It still has paint in it. Pretty sure I thought I washed them out earlier. Oh yeah, I didn't go across the road to wash them out, so that didn't happen. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna move the paint around with a stir stick. I was gonna use a foam brush, but whatever. I found that even when I'm not doing lives, you guys, when I'm doing my unlisted lives or just recording videos, I found that I talk to you guys as if hands are there during those videos, and it's really weird. Like, I'm sure a therapist would have something to say about that. But I think every time I come in my art room, I kind of feel like you guys are here with me. Every time I pick up the torch, I can just picture Spicy sitting there giving me torch points. So, I don't know. I guess it motivates me. It motivates me to be creative. Yeah, that's something else I really love. I love that I can just be myself. I don't have to pretend to be anybody else. I can just be me when I'm on these lives. And that's kind of important to me. Okay, so move the paints closer. I can't wait till I get the rest of this set up, but I've been so busy trying to varnish and everything that everything's everywhere. Okay, since we used pink as a base, I think the next color I'll use is black. Hey, Share Bear. Okay, so I'm gonna pour some black in as the base since we used pink, just to kind of separate the colors. Then I'm going to use some of the aqua green. Some of the metallic copper. Some yellow. Some blue, and I think I'm through some gold on top. maybe. I'm hoping I'm not pouring these too fast. Oh, Sharon. Okay. Well, once I learn your name after a couple, it'll take a couple times and then I'll have it. I'll figure it out. Hey, Mary. Okay, so we put pink down. Diva pink to be specific. Which is really not something I normally do. Okay. So now we're going to clear a spot so I can put this funnel. Okay. I'm gonna lift the funnel up. Well, it's not really. There is no silicone in any of these colors. I haven't added any silicone to any of my paints yet. I probably won't. Okay, and I'm going to torch it. Which I do need to go find my other torch at some point. This one keeps giving me trouble. Yeah, Spice, did they deal with that? She filed charges against him or whatnot? Come on, paint. Well, I got paint all over me. And I'm going to find something to wipe my hands on. Give me just a second. Okay, guys, I'm have to leave the room for 2 seconds. Hey, Judy. Okay, I am back. I know very well that you guys stayed entertained while I was gone. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this one keeps messing. It's almost full. But it just doesn't like me. I've got 3 or 4. It's just a matter of getting them to work for me. That was extremely rude, babe. Extremely rude. see, that one stops working too. I don't know. You're fine, Mary. We use Diva Pink as the base for this one. And then I put black, aqua green, copper, yellow, blue, and I think gold on top. And most of the pink is gone. There's some pink cells coming through. And we did a hourglass pour, which is kind of two funnels taped together. And it causes the tree ring effect without having to sit there and hold it. Just going to slide that one over. Dun, dun, dun. Most of my stuff is packed up weirdly because of the contractors being here, which just screws me up even more. So my whole bag of painter's rags is lost somewhere. So I'm going to have to use other means to wash my hands. Perfect for Jesus. Yeah, Bill is just super rude tonight. I don't know. He being a man. Okay, and then we're gonna do a lemon squeeze pour. Now this is a re-pour. This is one that we voted on the other night and decided that we were gonna pour over. You can see there's quite a bit of silicone left on it. So give me a second. That way the paint sticks. But it also has the pieces of paint that's stuck to the sides here. I don't know if you can see it sticking out the edge. All the way around. So after we pour on it and we finish with it, I'll sand, once it's dry, I'll sand the bottom off. Okay, guys, I'm gonna move this one over here, that way I don't have to stand back up again next time. So I don't have a chance getting my shirt in paint. I came in about 5 minutes late, so I was late getting the live started, so I didn't get to change. And this is a new shirt that I expressly told myself I was not painting, and I'm painting in it. Yes, come take him down, you guys. Okay, so we did the funnel. So now let's do a lemon squeeze. So again, we're going to use a base coat, but I think I'm going to stick with something. I think I'm going to do white, because the one time we've done it with black and white, but I think it turned out better when we used white. Well, burping is a natural thing. It wouldn't be that. But he walked in the hallway, got right outside my art room, and then burped that loud. Like, it'd be one thing if it was just, whatever. But, okay, I'll go ahead and get some paper ready to wipe my hands with. And we're just going to move the paint around. Which, in all honesty, he's probably a little upset with me because he wanted to watch Criminal Minds from last night. And I told him that I had just walked in the house and it was time for me to do my live tonight, and that I was going to do my live first. So, he's probably just showing out a little. Okay. Well, then I guess I'm getting the compliments because dinner was pretty good. He is a pretty cool guy. He's special. He'd have to be for me to be with him this long, you guys. Okay. So, lemon squeeze. What colors are we thinking? I know we're going to put some black in it to add the contrast. I use different brands, Mary. My pre-mixed yellow, red, blue, black, and white is Artist Loft. And it's Artist Loft Flow Acrylics. The aqua green I'm using is Artist Loft Level 1. The copper is Craft Smart Premium Metallics. The gunmetal is Folk Art. The metallic gold is Artist Loft Flow Acrylics as well. And then I have a bunch of Apple Barrel. I have some Liquitex. I have some Basics. Anything that works for, the only paint that I've tried that hasn't worked is the Apple Barrel White. Everything else has worked really good. Share Bear, I will say, when I first started out, I couldn't get cells without adding silicone. But I've learned that from a science kind of standpoint, if you pour your Floetrol into the paint from a higher point and faster, and then stir it real fast, it tends to give me more cells. And I can actually do an example of that in a little bit. I'll mix some paint and show you what I mean. This blue, I love this blue, the aqua green. I actually just got it probably 3 weeks ago. Michael's is having a sale today, you guys. It ends at midnight tonight, I believe. It might be 11 tonight, Eastern Standard Time. You get 3 of the Artist Loft paints for $10. They also have a 20% off, including sale items, coupon on the site today. So 3 for 10 plus 20% off. You're getting 3 for 8. That's a great sale, especially for those big tubes, because they're thicker paint. Like, it's thick. It's not just gonna drip. It's like thicker paint. So you can actually get a lot more out of a tube than you can with a thinner, cheaper paint, because it's really thick. Yeah, the other blue kind of took over in the last painting. I wish my light would work. Definitely don't quit. I use the OGX coconut serum, and it is actually on sale at Ulta Beauty right now. Buy one, get one 50% off. So since my sister is a cosmetologist and has a card for Ulta Beauty and gets extra discounts, I sent her to Ulta Beauty today. So when I go to visit my sister, we all know that I'm getting some awesome stuff to work with for my paint. I haven't figured out the YouTube editing yet. That's why I mainly do lives. Once I get a laptop, I'll edit. So I am going to put some black on the bottom because that'll help give us the contrast from the white. I am going to use the aqua green because, you know, I just love it. All of my paints, except the aqua green because it's thicker, are mixed with a 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol mixture, no water. The aqua green is 1 part paint, 2.5 parts Floetrol, because that's what worked today to get what I needed. Plus, metallics help give you cells as well. I'm trying to decide what color to put on top of this. It's actually a lemon squeeze. I got it at Dollar Tree for $1. It's got like a flower thing in the bottom pattern. I'll show you after I do. I did a painting with it. I tried to take this top part off without breaking the bottom part, but it didn't work. Because it would be so much easier. I wouldn't have to stand here and hold both ends. But I got it at Dollar Tree for $1, so it was awesome. Okay, guys. So here we go. It's not coming out as fast as it normally does. I'm wondering if it's that aqua green. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show you the bottom of this one so you can see Mary. One sec. Can you see that? It's got like the flower pattern. So it's awesome. I'll have to wash that one. I'll have to go use some bottled waters to wash it. Yeah, so there's a lot of cells popping up, and that I haven't tilted yet. And my torch doesn't want to quite work the way it's supposed to. So I'm always looking for different things, Mary, that I can use that people haven't tried, or just something that I think would make cells. Or be awesome to do paint-wise. I think on the last lemon squeeze that we did, you guys, I think we ended up blowing it as well. But I'm kind of hoping I don't have to with this one. I've got a tad bit of extra paint. I didn't want to have to move it this much. But I can see that I've got some extra paint on here. Well, the torch is actually over halfway full, Spicy, believe it or not. So it's not that it needs refilled. It's just something's messing up in it. And see, I want to keep this, but I've got so much paint on here that I'm going to have to give something up. You guys should see how this metallics is doing. I don't know if you can see the effect that it's having on the painting from where you're at, but I just want it to come off over here so I can stop tilting. There we go. Okay. Okay, let me clean my hands off and I will get back to you guys. Trying to tilt and read comments. Oh, it's fine, Spicy. Both of them actually are, one of them's half full and one of them's over half. I think I just got some duds, is what I think it boils down to. And because the lives tend to darken it up and you can't really see, when this live is over, I will do close-ups of all of these paintings so that you can see the full color. Because this one is amazing. There's a bunch of colors being created in here. And this metallic copper coming up through the black is just doing some crazy things. But yeah, it's like this full. So I don't know what's going on. It works for a minute and then it, like that, it just doesn't want to work. I don't know. Let me try to turn it down a little lower and see if that helps. Okay, I turned it down lower and believe it or not, it started doing better. So maybe that's the key. Okay, so I really like this one, you guys. And you're gonna love seeing this after. Blazing Fire, hey, what part of Kentucky? I am planning a trip. Next year, I'm planning a couple trips. One of which will go up to New York, to Iowa, down to Kentucky. Trip number 2 will be Florida and around about that area if I find someone else to go collab with nearby. Probably Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. And then trip number 3 is going to be all the way to the West Coast, to Cali. So, I like to collab with some other artists. Okay, this is another one that we voted to re-pour over. It was a swipe that just didn't work out. Lexington's nice. I've been a couple times. And we're going to do the strainer pour with this fancy new strainer. Because I will try to keep some of the definition. I'm going to put, I think we're going to put black down this time, you guys. Yeah. The first ingredient is dimethicone. I don't know if you guys can read that or not. It's not going to automatically do for me. It hates me. And that's why it works. But the reason I use this over some of the others, which I haven't used any silicone at all tonight. I have the spray silicone that I got from Walmart. I'll have to show you that. That's what I used for the first 3 months that I painted. Come here, spray silicone. It's in the automotive section. It is $2. It's heavy duty silicone. It's really good. And you just have to make sure that when you read the ingredients, it's dimethicone, but this one is. So I was using this, but I stopped using it because 1, it had a scent. 2, if you sprayed it directly into your cups of paint, it was so cold that it would actually crack some of the cups and make them fall off. This one smells good. First off, it's coconut. It's not as greasy, it's not as dirty. And it's easier to control. Plus, even though it costs more, it lasts a lot longer. So it's more cost effective in the long run. I will be doing a video soon of a side-by-side comparison with those 2 different silicones. I'll be doing the exact same colors, the exact same amount of each color, the exact same order, 2 separate canvases, one with the coconut oil and one with the heavy duty spray silicone. So we will do that one day. I hate that the lives don't do the paintings justice, and even some of the normal videos don't. But I've figured out to where my cell phone will do a short video and I can actually show the paintings when I'm not on lives. If I'm live, it's not gonna work, but if I'm not on live, it will. Okay, so I can use this to move the paint around because it has black on it. I couldn't use it on top of the pink because it had black on it. Once I get my art room gone through, once these contractors are done with everything, then I will most definitely have all of my swiping tools out, my knives, all of that. A lot of the stuff is still packed up. The stuff that's not packed up is just out of reach. And since I did use this today with black paint, I'm just gonna use it to move the black paint around. Okay. I do believe I got all the edges covered. Got the top covered. We can put that back to the side. Okay. You bug. Hey, Rachel. Okay, it's nice to know. After a couple times of telling you that, I will remember it. The first few times, I probably won't. Okay, so we're going to use this weird strainer for those that just tuned in. I'm going to use these pieces here, so I'm going to turn it upside down so I can pour into those. I may pour a little bit through the center too, just to see, because, you know, why not? And because we use black as the base, I'm going to use something bright before I do anything else, so I'm going to use like a bright yellow. I used to not pre-mix my paints. I would just mix them in each video as I go or right before the video. But I found this saves cups and it saves a little bit of time. I don't even know if that's going to soak through, but we're going to see. Those holes might be so small that it doesn't really sink through. Okay, and then let's do some regular blue. Let's see if we can make some green. Because I need a darker color before I put the metallic gold on. Okay. This is the Artist Loft Metallic Gold, and I do like it better than the Folk Art Metallic Gold. Because this is Artist Loft Flow Acrylic, so it just, I don't know, it seems to be brighter. Except for the Inca Gold. The Folk Art Inca Gold is really bright and pretty. Okay, and then on top of the gold, I think I'm going to do some of this aqua green. I know I'm using it in every painting tonight, but I really, really like it, you guys. Like, it's becoming one of my favorite colors at this point. And I'm going to give it just a second to kind of sink through the top because I see it starting to sink through. Yeah, I'm in love with it, Sherry. And our Walmart used to carry it and they stopped carrying it. So now Holly gets it, my sister Holly, she gets it from Ulta Beauty for me. Okay, so this up here is sunk in pretty well. This down here is not really sinking in. So I'm going to pick it up just a hair, just so that it can sink. And I'm going to move it so that it doesn't drip. And I'm going to let it self-expand before I add any. I'm going to bring you guys down for a second though. So you can kind of watch it self-expand. Oh, it's okay, Rachel. I have small back problems, but it's mainly my leg and my arm, which slows me down quite a bit because of the accident and the surgeries. But you know, what did I miss? Totally missed something, you guys. I'll have to scroll back up in a second. But yeah, so it's just expanding. Cells are popping up everywhere. This center is really cool, the way it drops. It's kind of like, as a kid, I had a kaleidoscope, and that's what it reminds me of. Mary, fibromyalgia is no joke. My mother has fibromyalgia, and she is constantly in pain. She deals with a lot on a daily basis. So I know that that is no joke. I've actually not really used the coconut oil or any silicone at all for a while now. I haven't really needed to. Thank you, Cher Bear. You told me your name, Sharon. Like I said, I have some issues remembering names, but after 3 or 4 times, I'll remember it. This one's kind of weird because it's kind of all staying in one area. I might end up blowing some or setting it back on one of the corners or something and pouring through it. It's piling up right here, and if it would stop piling up, I wouldn't have to keep tilting. But it's like the paint hates me or something. It's awful blank up here, you guys. There's plenty of negative space, but it just looks a little too negative. Like, needs something on it. I feel like it needs just a little bit of something over here. I feel like this is too empty. Okay. I'll tilt it in just a second, but I did leave some negative space. I just had to fill in something. Oh, look, I didn't even get all that up top done. Thought I had it covered, but I didn't. Okay. I don't know. I think I was happier with it before I did all the tilting. I think I should have put more paint. What do you guys think? I should have put more paint. So is this going to be a keep or a re-pour? Blow the edges with my straw. I currently don't have a straw in here because we used it during class. I used all my straws during that class. I should have done more paint. So I'm wondering if I should scrape it and redo it, or there's some really cool cells coming up over here in the copper, and there's like some copper cells, but I don't know. I'm not like crazy about it. So I'm not completely crazy about it. Okay, guys, we're gonna turn this one into a dip. Yeah, it's paint and Floetrol. We're gonna turn this one into a dip. I have my wax paper. I think I'm going to pour a little bit of copper down here and maybe a small bit of white. Would you like a swipe instead of a dip? Okay, everybody vote. Swipe or dip? Mary hasn't seen a dip. There's two ways you can do a dip, Mary. You can do it with the painting face up, and you put the wax paper or bubble wrap on it. And then the other method, which I can't do right now because I have paint on the top, is when you take the paint that's under here and you fill in the holes with any excess paint, and then you dip into that. So we'll do a dip this way so that Mary can see a dip. Plus, it seems like I've got 4 or 5 people that want dips. My last few dips have turned out really great, you guys. The first few were terrible. The last few have been great. Since we are going to do a dip, though, I am going to add just a touch more paint. So we're going to add some metallic copper, because I just put some up there. And a little bit of the blue, and then I'm going to add some white. I can't remember who it was, but somebody just said, I think it was Rachel. So I'm just going to add like a strip of white. Okay. Wax paper. What's good about this is because I used wax paper. This dip on the paper that's starting to get cells. I don't know if you see the cells coming up in the white, but there are cells. I can set this to the side and I can use it for jewelry because it's on wax paper. So I can let that dry. And then I get all this fun stuff here. There's actually a lot of cells coming up. It still looks a little weird, you guys. Yeah, I get loads of cells. Okay, so I'm going to take this over here because I did notice that I needed a little black right here on the edge. And I need to cover this spot that I pulled too much paint from. And we'll give this a minute and we'll see if we like it. Okay, so this is the wax paper dip. There are some cells coming up there and it'll continue to grow. So that'll be some pretty jewelry. There's some really pretty copper cells right there in the black too. And then here's the canvas, which I'm still undecided about. We may end up doing a swipe anyway. There's some cells coming up in the white. There's some cells coming up here. But I'm still uncertain. I'll give it just a second, see if anything major changes. Because up close it looks good, but from a distance, like where you are now, it just isn't that awesome. So we may end up doing a swipe anyway. We'll give it a second to see. You're gonna get cells, Sharon. It's really about the consistency. And everybody mixes their paint differently, so I'm not gonna say there's a right or wrong way to do it. But I will say that when I started out, I used several different recipes and they all contained water. Everybody was saying, add water, add water. You have to add water to get the right consistency. I do not use a drop of water in any of my paints. Every one of these that are pre-mixed, every one of these is paint and Floetrol only. If I mix it, the 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol for the regular ones, and it's not quite as thin as I want it, I add a little more Floetrol. Where somebody else would add water, I just add a little more Floetrol. Now this one, because it was a thicker paint, it's 1 part paint to 2.5 parts Floetrol. And I had to play around with that to figure it out. Now I know people that use water and they don't have a problem in the world with it. They get great cells. But for me personally, from a lot of trial and error with probably about 8 different recipes, I just realized that the water just doesn't work. But everybody has to kind of try and do what works for them. Because in all honesty, what works for one is not going to work for the other. Sharon, have you been to Cherokee, North Carolina? Have you been to the reservation up here? It's beautiful. It's right on the parkway. It is so beautiful. Yeah, so I'm just not so certain about it, you guys. I mean, I could tilt, but the paint's not really thick enough to move. And I mean, that happens. So the good thing about this is it's fluid. While it's wet, you can always do something else. Yeah, it really just depends on what works for you. Well, Sharon, if you ever come this way, I'm still about 3.5 hours from the reservation now, but I grew up 30 minutes from it my whole life, born and raised. Um, and it's beautiful. The parkway on the other side of the reservation is beautiful. And if you decide to come to North Carolina to visit, I would give you a tour. But I think it's really nice. Not only that, but they have the museum, they have all the natural history. Um, there's still elk. Like it's populated, but it's not overpopulated, so you still get the wildlife and all of that. It's the Cherokee Reservation in Cherokee, North Carolina. They have their own casino now. The Harris Cherokee Casino. It's actually where my sister works. Amazing fishing. It's just a really beautiful place. Okay, so what are we thinking about this? Are we thinking a swipe? Are we thinking, because I don't really know. If you're up close, it looks okay, but if you're at a distance, it's not really something I could see somebody putting on their wall. You know? Repour. Okay, guys, let's see. So I like this, but I think I should have maybe done it a little differently. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try a swipe, and if that doesn't fix it, then we'll just repour it. So you guys get to see all my little treasures today. Also, in the future, I found a turkey baster finally, and it holds a little over an ounce of paint. So we're gonna test that out later. At another day. Swipe with gold? Okay. Swipe with gold. We're just having some fun today, guys. Well, tonight, I guess. Swipe with gold. That came out a little bit fast, you guys. I have a wider one. We're gonna go with that. Okay, that didn't work. But that was my bad. I did that, you guys. Or maybe there's just not enough paint on my canvas. But I can always tilt. I did dip, so that did take a lot of paint off. Okay, yeah. It's not tilting, so there's not enough paint on here. Drum roll. Ready for Thanksgiving. Swipe with gold. I'm catching up on comments. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pour some paint on. And do a swipe. Because there's definitely not enough paint on here. Because I tilted and I couldn't tilt it at all. We're swiping with gold, right? Okay. can't wait till we get my shells built and all of that friggin' crap done. Yellow's not gonna show up good with gold as the swipe color. Oh. Okay, now we're gonna swipe with gold. There's definitely enough paint on here now, so that can't be the issue at this point. I'm just going to push it over a little so it covers the edges and swipe. And put it on the edge. We'll wipe it off so we get a fresh swipe with each. Okay. You like the regular blue? The Artist Loft Flow Acrylics blue? Blues are my favorite color. Like, blue is my favorite color. Just all shades of blue. So I have more blues than I have anything else. And if you'll give me a second, I will. And I am going to tilt it this way some because there is still a lot of paint left there. And I'll also show you what you can do if it doesn't sell up like you think it's going to. You can do a re-swipe. But first I want to tilt a little and see if that helps. Because there was quite a bit of gold down here. Yeah, there was quite a bit of gold. Now I'm just going to give the cells a minute to start growing. The thing I like the most about these Artist Loft Flow acrylic paints, you guys, is they're freeze thaw stable. So, because I live in North Carolina and we have hot summers and cold winters, like sometimes to extremes, it helps to have that. That way my paint doesn't freeze and then it's not usable. Okay. I'm just tilting these bottom corners a little bit to get some of this extra gold that's sitting there off. And then once all that gold comes off, I'll show you guys these awesome cells that are happening. Hey Bridget, it's okay. Okay. So it's slowly gathering cells. It's a bunch of huge blue cells at the top. Slide around and put this in my trash bag so I can wipe my hands with the different ones. I have this song or this theme or whatever that beat is for stuff in my head. It had to have been a commercial or something on the radio. It's just caught my attention and stuck in my head. I'm extra paint filled tonight. Yeah, so wait till I give you a close up in a minute. The way the blue, the gold, and the copper are working, which you actually won't even get to see it until I do a video with good light. But those two blues working together in that gold with that black is really awesome. Like, this doesn't even show it, guys. Hey, Elizabeth. Just wait till you guys see it after the live. After the live, I will do a full color because these colors are amazing. Like, you can't, this video is just not even showing how amazingly vibrant these colors are. And some of the lighter blues coming through right here and right here. And the copper and the black are mixing. It's really awesome. Yay, Elizabeth, I'm so glad you got cells. Just let me know, Spicy, anytime you're ready. So we've done these 3, and I'm trying to see, I don't think I have anywhere that I can move this one to do a 4th one. I would love to do another one kind of like this. Trying to see if I've got somewhere I can sit this. Okay, so if I find somewhere to sit this, do you guys have time for one more? Would you like to do one more? Let me know while I'm looking around. Some of these varnish paintings. Oh, buffers. I'm not buffering. Who's buffering? Yeah, it's actually really awesome. You would love to see another? Okay. So, Spicy, are you still buffering? Let me move some of these. While I'm doing it, she's not on tonight, but this one is the Charming Giraffes, and it is now varnished completely. 3 awesome coats. The metallic amethyst is coming out amazingly. I'm actually I've got a few spots on the wall. I can hang a couple paintings and move them out of the way. So that one's varnished and that one's varnished. So those 2 can hang on the wall. Allowing me to move these over and make room for this guy. I can't wait till you see the video after the live. Actually, before I move, I need to set some cups up. So that's something to put it on. So it doesn't stick to the paper. Well, plastic, but still. I don't want it sticking and causing those lumps on the bottom like I had on that one painting. Okay. Okay, you guys, this was a dip gone wrong. It's all good, Rachel. It's all good. Sometimes we just have to. So we're going to do another swipe, but I really like those colors though. Okay, we're going to do another swipe. We're going to use the same colors in an experiment to see how hard it is to recreate a painting. So, we know we use the aqua blue. Actually, I'm going to use a little bit more aqua than I did last time, so maybe it'll come out. Then we use the metallic copper. The blue that Mary loves. And then I threw in some black, so I'm going to throw in some black in a couple spots as well. Blue that Mary loves. I'm going to throw some black in. Carrie, do you have a video or a picture? When I post this, in the description will be my link for my Facebook and my Instagram. You can send it to, well, I can't get messages on Instagram yet. I can get messages on my Facebook, or my email address is Carolina Legacy Bullies. It's BULLYS instead of IES at gmail.com. I will also post that in the link. Facebook is normally the easiest way to get a hold of me. Oh, Catherine Lee. Okay, that's fine. Send a picture to any of those. I'll have to check in on her in a little bit and see how she's feeling. Okay, sounds great, Carrie. I'd love to see it. Okay, same as before. We use the same colors, except instead of putting one big thing of black, I put some black in some different areas. And the reason I don't put paint all the way down here on this end is because you're pulling that way, and all of this paint is going to come this way and cover it up, so it would really just be a waste of paint to cover this. Yes, I'm swiping with gold again, Mary. I'm pushing some over the edge right there to cover the edge, and push some over this edge, even though I'm probably going to end up tilting. And here we go, you guys. Clean my swiper off. I believe so, Spicy. I do believe this is how I made Hidden Galaxy. But I swiped with black, and I only used black, blue, and gold, I believe. I can go back and look and see if I have a video for that one, but I think that was before I started YouTube, so I probably don't have a video. But I should have it documented somewhere. Oops, dropped it. Okay, so we're going to hit it with the torch, and then just like before, and then I'm going to tilt it, and then we hit it with the torch again and tilt it again, just like before. Yay, I'm glad that you thought about me. Oh, I hate that it's buffering, Mary. Is it buffering for anybody else? Yes, Spicy, the one that got away. But you know it's in a great home. I definitely had enough paint this time. Okay, now we're going to sit it down, hit it with the torch again, give it a chance to move, and then tilt it again. Just like we did before. Yeah, no buffer for me. I think it's just a couple people. Did you find anything fun, Elizabeth, while you were at the Dollar Tree? Thinking about me? Okay. Tilt this corner off a little. I definitely have to tilt that top corner off a little. Okay. I'll try to switch it around. Tilt this way some. Okay, and then I need to tilt this way just a hair. Just about dropped it, you guys. It got slippery there for a second. Copper's finally coming out. Some of the aqua green's coming out. I'm gonna have some really pretty jewelry off of those as well. Ooh, yay, Elizabeth. I have seen somebody using a rubber mallet and the little balloon pours and stuff like that, but I just would be afraid that with all my other paintings sitting nearby, that I would do that and mess up a painting that I like really love. I have so much paint on my hands right now. It's not even funny, you guys. Oh, spicy. I can custom make you one, and I can try to make something kind of like Hidden Galaxy. Okay, I hit it with the torch for a third time. And the reason I did that is because I'm seeing some of the small pieces of this aqua green come through. And I wanted to try to help them come through a little more. Okay, Elizabeth. Yeah, doing it outside would be awesome. Hey, Allie. I'm going to bring you guys down and show you, but you're still not going to just be able to see the awesomeness yet until I do a video after. There's some amazing copper cells over here. And that horizon line has some cells and some webbing. And there's the copper coming through on top of the gold. And see those little bitty dots, the light blue coming through? Okay, so that one looks like this. And this one looks like that. And there's more popping up still. So they're pretty similar. For some reason, we got a line in both of them. But I will do a better video after this to show you the colors, because the colors are just not coming through on these videos, you guys. These colors are like amazing. Oh, Spicy is amazing. You guys, I just love Spicy to death. If I didn't have a man, I would have to go hit Spicy up. Okay, I'm going to torch some of this golden blue that's here on the thing. Just because I feel like that's going to turn into some jewelry. And I want it to kind of go ahead and start selling up for me. Honestly, you guys, because I've been trying to lose weight, I didn't buy any candy. I don't have any sweets in the house, don't have any chips or anything like that. I've been buying carrots and celery and grapes. And all of that's good until you're like sitting in front of the TV and you're like really craving something sweet. in all honesty. But we did 4 decent paintings. I think they turned out really good. These last 2 are probably my favorite. This one back here with the lemon squeeze is a close second, just because you guys can't see the metallics, but I will make sure that I do a video as soon as I finish this live. I'll do a video to show you guys, because these colors are amazing, especially these 2 with the metallic copper and the metallic gold on that blue and black. Is just, they're out of this world. I think these 2 will end up being put together as a set. Probably. I'm serious, Spicy. Like, you don't even know. You're just amazing. Spicy thinks I'm joking, y'all, but okay. I'm not gonna torch it anymore, but I needed to do that to try to get some more of that blue to come out. What's an Inktober, Rachel? Sharon, yeah. Well, my thing is, I guess my body's used to being small, because I was small. Well, I wasn't really small, but I was healthy. Draw something from a prompt every day in October. No, I've never heard of that. But anyway, so I was a healthy, like 160 pounds, and I'm really short. I'm like 5'3". So I was still on the thicker side, but nothing crazy. And when I got in the accident, I went through 4 surgeries, 3 of which I went through before I even came to. And then I stayed in the hospital for a couple months, and then I went to an assisted living home for 8 months, where I had to learn to walk again and go through the PT and all of that. But for the first 5 of the 8 months, I was pretty much on constant bed rest. During that time, I gained over 200 pounds. I left the assisted living home at 400, I think it was 425, it might have been 428. I'll have to look to be sure, but 400 and some pounds. And I'm down to I think it was 329 last time I was at Mom's to weigh, because I don't keep scales here. So I put on a lot of weight. One of the surgeries was for a bar in my leg, because I broke my femur clean in half. So I have a rod from my ankle all the way up to my hip, and then I have a rod in my pelvis, and I have a rod here in my arm, and a metal plate. I don't know if you can see the scars, because I'm so far away, but so I have a rod and a metal plate here, and I have pins in my hand. I have 12 screws in my hand and arm. I have 36 screws in my leg. And so the weight is a lot for my leg to deal with. Yeah, it was a car accident. One of 2 that I've been in that we shouldn't have walked away from. That one I was airlifted. I didn't wake up till after 3 of the surgeries. And then the other one happened a couple years ago with me and Bill. I was the passenger in both. Then the other one happened with me and Bill, and I was really blessed. When the 2 tires blew and the truck flipped, I got stuck in the truck. Bill did not. He got shot out of the windshield. And Bill almost died. Bill was on life support for 9 days. They told us that if he came to, he would be paralyzed from the neck down and that he would never be able to work again. It was a really rough time. The doctors wanted us to pull the plug. I wasn't going to, that's just, I loved him. I still love him, but so he's here. He works 6 days a week, most of the time 5 days, but 6 days a week on certain times. And he walks. There's, other than some pain now and then, there's nothing wrong with him. And the doctors just wanted us to give up on him. So that goes to show you not to, just give up on people. So I think that's why art is so important to me. Oh, bye, Carrie. Sharon. I still have to give him a hard time sometimes, though, Sharon. I mean, you just have to. Keep him in line. Yes, we were blessed. I'm not gonna say we were lucky. I'm gonna say we were blessed. The first accident, my brother was actually driving, and he walked away with just a few scratches. So, in all honesty, we were extremely lucky. So, art is kind of my release. I love, between art and writing poetry and making jewelry and other crafts and stuff like that, and my dogs. Now, I love my dogs, but that's my happy place. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm glad I'm here too, but I do need to lose some of this weight. I didn't tell you guys that, so you feel sorry. I told you that to explain, the weight issue that I have to deal with. I have to get some of this weight off. It's too much on my leg. It's too much for that. So I'm bound and determined to keep losing. Yes, and I am so glad that Marcy introduced me to Johnny so that I could find all of you guys. Because this community has helped me open up a lot. This little group, our little art group, has been amazing for me. I am a shy person normally. I didn't even think I could do videos. And now I'm doing videos. So I love you guys. I know I'm keeping you guys forever, so I'll let you go. But I will do a video completely after this one. Nutritionist. I talked to a nutritionist not long after I got out of the assisted living home. But the thing is, once I got out and insurance cut the check, the vehicle insurance, Medicare, I had Medicare at the time to cover my hospital bills, and they took a third of the check. The lawyer took a third of the check, and I got a third of the check. And by the time all of that was said and done, they cut my Medicaid. I have no medical at all. I can't work. I have been fighting for disability and have been turned down. So I can't really afford to keep going to the doctors. Sharon, I think you might need to give your pug something. Yeah, we'll get it done. I know with you guys motivating me and the art, used to be I would just sit down and eat when I was stressed or depressed, but now I can come in here and just paint. And I really have to thank Marcy for that. For those of you who don't know, it's Mixed Media Girl. If I had not found her videos and watched her pour and been so amazed by it, and for her to actually sit there and say that anybody could do it. That helped me so much. This helps me. I don't constantly have to go sit down and eat. If I'm really bothered and I'm having a bad day, I can just come in here. Oh, well, I adore all of you, especially Spicy. Spicy's like my work husband, is what we're going to call it at this point. This is my work. Spicy, you're just my work husband. Like, you're just awesome. I love this whole family. It is really like a family. So it's been awesome. And it's not going to stop anytime too soon, you guys. I'm going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing videos. We're going to get to that 1,000 subscribers. We're going to get monetized. And we're going to make this a decent, helpful income. Don't encourage. I have to encourage you. Spicy is awesome, you guys. Isn't she spicy? I can't wait to meet her and do a collab. And I can't wait to meet you, Spicy. And it's going to happen. I know you keep saying that it's not going to happen and none of us are going to see you. I'm going to see you. Allie, you can do as much silliness as you want. We need to have like a fun shenanigans page. Oh, while I've got some of you on here, the challenge that Bridget came up with, and I think the Charming Giraffe named the group, the Pharaoh Family Fan Club Painting Challenge. I will link that group on this live as well. If you're doing the challenge, if you're going to do the weekly challenge, or even if you're just going to do a couple weeks or a week here and there, once a month, whatever, those challenge entries have to be posted on the Facebook page to count so that we can find them all in one place. Mary, you can do it. Spicy, I am coming to California and I will find you. I will hunt you down. You forget, I have your address. I sent you a painting. I have your address. It really is, Mary. Even when I don't do it live and I just record the video and post it later, while I'm doing the video, I'm talking to you guys the whole time. Mary, if I can do it, you totally can. Like, used to be, unless it was somebody that I really knew, I didn't talk in front of people. I don't even go up to people and talk to people. If I don't know you, I really don't come up to you and talk to you. I've met so many people here. I'm coming to find Spicy. I want to meet Spicy. I need to put a face to the name. Go out and buy him a beer or something. And there's several of you gals that I'm going to be looking up as well, because I would love to collaborate with a bunch of amazing artists. And that includes you guys. Elizabeth, I'm definitely coming to Kentucky. Allie, I'd like to get up with you. Mary, you need to guest on the live. If you don't want to do your own video, guest on the live. Special ID in your neighborhood's fighting now. Spicy. That's okay. I can just sit outside your neighborhood and wait for you to leave your house. Sherry, it happens. In all honesty, if it wasn't for my leg and if I wasn't quite where I'm at right now, I wouldn't worry about it. one, I need to take weight off my leg. But two, there's a lot in life I still want to do. And I don't want to be winded every time I go out to do something. So I think, I want kids. I personally can't have kids. But eventually I would like to adopt. And when that time comes, I need to be able to run around with a child. I'm not a social butterfly. Cherry, you kind of sound like my sister. Exactly, Elizabeth. Yep, spicy. I'm dressing like a mail carrier. We all need to meet Spicy. Spicy, you might as well just give up. I'm going to find you and I'm going to meet you. You guys really haven't seen me but my face a couple times. And I like to just say God gives us what he gives us. I wouldn't be the person I am if I hadn't gone through all of that. At the time, before that first accident, I was going through a lot. I had just got out of jail and, I was in a rough place. So I think it was needed. I think it was a wake-up call. And I think sometimes that's what we need. We just need a wake-up call to say, hey, get on the right road. Oh. Well, see, Bill has 2 children, and his daughter has 2 of her own, and his son is getting ready to be a dad for the first time. I probably won't get to do much with his son's baby. I've only met his son 3 times in 10 years. But I do get to babysit every now and then for his daughter, so I get to see the grands sometimes. It's still not quite like having your own, though, What did I miss? Allie is, a social monkey, but she doesn't fling poo at people. I'm glad, Allie. That would be a little weird if a human did that. Like, maybe a lot weird. Okay, quite a bit weird, actually. I've got gold all over my hand. Spicy, we do love you. Okay, so I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna save this video so it can upload this live, and then I'm going to take a video of all of these beautiful paintings and show you the awesome colors. A lot weird, but there's a line, right? There is a line, Allie, but then, sometimes there isn't a line. It just kind of depends on how far you take it. But I'm going to let you guys go. And then I'm going to do a video of 1, 2, 3, 4 paintings. I hope to see you around a lot more, Rachel. I think we did pretty good tonight. And I've got all of this paint that can dry. And make some jewelry out of, which I'm actually I'm gonna swipe through this solid gold section right here. And hit it with the torch and watch these tiny insy bitty little cells start coming up. Oh, there we go. That's nice. So that's going to be some pretty jewelry once all the cells come up. But anyway, I will see you guys later. I am going to do a video directly after this, though, to show you guys the awesome colors here. Hey, Carrie. It's okay. I enjoyed your first live, Carrie. Okay, guys. Remember to give it a thumbs up. And I will post a video of the colors in just a minute. That way you can see how beautiful they are. Have a nice night, everybody. Bye, Spicy.